Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. In today's video, we're talking Street Fighter 6, and we're talking here in this video about how to use training mode effectively to make you better at the game and improve your overall skill. Some of the things in this video are a little simple and some are a little bit more advanced, but these are all things that will directly improve your gameplay and make you a better player in Street Fighter 6. So that said, out of the gate, the first thing is, well, make sure you turn on a lot of the informatics. So here in the screen display settings menu, we have attack data. You probably want that on. It tells you how much damage everything does. You know, it tells you, okay, this moves a high, this moves a low, this moves an overhead. This gives you a lot of info you need to know. Also, make sure you have your input data on here on the side. If you drop a combo, it sucks. You don't want to drop a combo, but if you drop a combo, at the very least, like, you can look over here, like, what did I do wrong? So, like, say I go for my uppercut, but it didn't come out. Then I can look at the side menu, I'm like, oh, whoops, I fat fingered and I hit a wrong direction or something. It'll give you that info. And most importantly, make sure you turn on the frame meter, as this is incredibly important, as it gives you all the secrets of the game up front. Like stand medium punch here for Lily. Okay, 9 frame startup, 1 frame of advantage on hit, that's great. I also now know it takes 8 frames to start up before it connects. It's out there for 4 frames, and the recovery of the move is 17 frames in total. That's great. And it lets you intuit just a lot of things. Well, okay, here, back heavy punch. By itself, 5 frames of advantage on hit. Well, wait a second. My stand light kick is 4 frames, so shouldn't that be able to combo? The numbers seem to fit. And well, yeah, you better believe it. There you go, 2-hit combo. I have now learned this just thanks to simple math. And say if certain things change, like say if this was a punish counter instead, oh, that's 9 frames of advantage. Well, wait a second, which moves do I have that are 9 frames or less? Well, wait a second here. I know my crouch medium punch is 8 frames, so does that mean this will connect? And yeah, now it's a 2-hit combo. And then wait a second, isn't my crouch medium punch able to go into my level 3 super? And well, spoiler, it totally is, right? But now, thanks to the numbers, you just got your anti-uppercut combo, right? They whiff an uppercut, and now you know you have your punish counter combo, and it does a good chunk of change in damage, right? The numbers teach you all that stuff. So that's the basic layer. Now moving on. The training mode settings, a lot of common scenarios you want to test in fighting games and training modes, they're all baked into the game. So say anti-air practice, it'll give you a Ryu that's going to jump at you randomly. You don't know which way he's going to jump at you. Sometimes he neutral jumps, sometimes he jumps right at you, but it gives you an idea of, okay, I know he's going to jump at me, so I can now practice and prepare for it. You don't need to record a dummy or whatever, like I've done myself for so many years, recording dummies, practice anti-airs and all that. It just automatically does it for you. It's right here. Simple training settings. It's all there. Like whiff punish practice. So once again here, it'll give us a Ryu. And he's just going to practice, just going for various lows, right? And so when the move doesn't connect, they want you to react to it. Just stay just outside of the move's range. As you see, right, he's using different moves, so he can't just be sure it's going to be the same thing every time, right? Stay just outside of the move's range here. And when it doesn't connect, pick a relatively good button that you want to use and attempt to punish the whiff of the move. Once again, built right into the game. And there's many scenarios here. Combo practice, anti-air, pressure, throw escapes, punish practicing, drive impact, very big deal too, right? So a lot of the core things you'd want to train for, they're all here baked into the experience. That's great. Another very valuable thing you absolutely want to practice is hit confirms. So say this basic example here for Lily. So stand light kick, stand light punch, and then into her heavy tomahawk buster. So this is a basic combo for her. This is what you'd want to go for quite a bit for her, right? But the thing is, if the enemy blocks, well, you're gonna die. This move is exceptionally unsafe on block, right? Thankfully, it's very easy to practice this scenario where you can get what you want and, combo out if you connect, and if you don't, then you stop. It's as simple as going to your settings here, and there's a lot of settings, obviously. Dummy settings is where we want to be, and block. So there's a lot of options, like block all, which is handy, but what we want is block random. And block random is exactly what you think it is. Sometimes they block, sometimes they don't. You actually don't know which. You're just going to have to guess. And this is the perfect environment for you to hit confirm your combos. So what I want to do here is if the first move gets blocked, I stop. And if the move connects in any way, shape, or form, I go forward. And it's really as simple as that. It's just testing your own personal reactions. This is something you can actually very easily train up. That you gotta, test your own discipline, right? You might want to pre-buffer a move. Just be ready in case the move comes out, right? But basically hold yourself back if you see them block. And if you see it connect, then go forward. It absolutely can be a little bit tricky, but the game is not trying to trick you. You're basically just testing your own limits of patience and reaction. You're waiting for the actual hit, and when you get the hit, then great, go forward with your special move, your super, your whatever. But if you see that block happen, hold yourself back and don't follow through. Just let yourself reset. This is one of the basic building blocks of fighting games, because if you always go for that special, sometimes it'll work if you hit, sure, absolutely. But if it gets blocked, then you're donezo, right? So you don't want to be losing because you just went forward with your big move, right? So once again here, set the section here, the block to random, and just test it out. You get the hit, go forward with your special move, you see the block, you stop dead in your tracks. This is one of the most fundamental things. This helps for Street Fighter 6, yes, but this skill set will help you for every other fighting game you play for the rest of your life. So this one's really important. Now, another thing that's very important is to record your own dummy settings. We did talk about how the game is very generous and gives you a lot of common setups out by yourself, right? But sometimes it's not exactly what you need. The Ryu dummy is very helpful, but maybe you don't want to test against the generic Ryu jump attack. Maybe you want to test against the Chun-Li jump attack. So thankfully, L3 and R3 for whatever controller you're using. It could be on a basic console controller, or maybe your arcade stick has the buttons for it. If you hit it once, you take control of the enemy. If you hit it a second time, you are now recording what they do. And when you hit it a third time, it stops the recording. And now if you hit the other button according to L3, R3, it'll now play the recording you just did. And if you need to test out specific scenarios, this is a godsend. So say in this scenario, I recorded Chun-Li to throw her fireball and immediately go for her anti-air move. So if I go for the scenario as it's planned, well, if I try to jump it, I'm going to get anti-aired because that's exactly how Chun-Li works. So the point of this recording is to give me enough time to mentally understand how to jump and immediately go for my Condor Dive EX. Because a regular jump is simply too slow. It won't cut the butter. However, in this scenario here, if I do my timing correctly, I will be able to beat her. If I'm too slow, I will get anti-aired, right? Straight up, I will get anti-aired. So this scenario is to teach me to learn the speed I need to jump and then immediately go into my EX Condor Dive. If I do it correctly, I will hit Chun-Li. If I'm just a bit too slow, I will get anti-aired. And this is a very custom setting, right? I'm testing a hyper-specific thing, but thanks to Street Fighter 6's training mode, it lets me test exactly this. So once again, it's as simple as you can take control of the enemy character, record whatever specific thing you want to record, and you're recording, and then play it back at yourself and test out things you learn. So maybe someone beat you online and you don't know how they beat you online necessarily. So test out the exact same setup and you can go through the ins and outs yourself. Now, of course, an incredibly important part of fighting games is to do not only what you want to do, but also worry about what your enemy is doing. So let me give you an example of how we can easily test stuff out here thanks to training mode. So DJ, throw in the corner and dash after the fact, and you have some pretty decent advantage. In fact, you can just kind of keep going forward and keep throwing the enemy. And if they don't do anything about it, well, obviously they're going to lose, right? But they'll probably do something about it. And this is where the reversal settings comes into play, because we have a lot of options. We have reversal after damage, wake up reversal, block reversal, and like we just can do a lot of things. So let's say in this scenario here where we keep throwing the enemy, they're not going to stand still for this, right? So let's say they try to reverse. So we'll go here to wake up reversal because they're waking up from the throw. And once again, there's multiple things here. Block after they take damage. There's a lot of options. And in this menu, they give us a lot of things to choose from. We have regular normals, unique attacks that are unique to the character, special moves, supers. You can set your own recordings. And of course, like general things like, drive, parry, impact, move forward, backwards, jump, all that kind of stuff. So specifically, we want to go to Juri's special moves here. And we want to go to Ten Sinrin, that's her uppercut. And we want to set it to the OD version, that's the one that's full invincible. So we'll do that, and we'll set it to on. So now as we're testing our setup here, we go for that throw. Well, that throw ain't gonna come out no more, right? Because Jury is all the way invincible and definitely punishes us, which sucks. But now you can understand that, okay, in this scenario, what I do is not necessarily guaranteed. So now let's go back to the menu. We're going to turn that off for the moment. We're going to leave that slot on, but we're going to turn it off. And next we're going to go here, wake up. And when they wake up here, we're going to go to the common actions. And we're just going to pick normal throw. We'll turn this on. So now you go for that setup again. We go for that throw on their wake up. You can see here, Jury will take the throw. And okay, but why are we doing this? It's to now try counterplay. We already got our head beat in by the EX reversal. That's great. And obviously we can't throw them when they're just waking up and throwing because they're going to take our throw. So how do we get around things like this? So what we'll do now is just go forward and, well, walk backwards. Walk out of that throw range. That is an option available to us. Right? And since they're throwing and they're whiffing, geez Louise, can't we hit a button instead? And sure as sugar, we can punish them for it. So now if we know they're going to try to attempt to counterplay our gimmick, right? Walk forward throw, walk forward throw, walk forward throw. If they go for throw right away, thanks to training mode, we now know that we can just walk backwards, hit that throw attempt, and get a little bit of a combo. But now, once again, if we're in our menu, let's turn that off. Let's turn the EX reversal back on. Okay, dash forward, walk backwards. Oh, we block the reversal. Naturally enough, right? Because if you hold backwards, you block. So now, in our little setup, we've learned, thanks to just being able to record things, we don't know what Jury's going to go for. They're both turned on here, right? So it's literally random which one the game will go for. Sometimes they'll go for the reversal. Sometimes they'll go for the throw tech. We literally don't know. The game will just randomly choose for us, right? And now that we have them both on, we can kind of work that to our advantage. Because now we know our little setup we just figured out. If we hold backwards to walk out of the throw and try to punish it, we now know we'll also block the reversal. And if they happen to go for the throw instead, we can punish it. So we block the reversal and we punish the throw attempt. And of course, naturally, turn these off for a second here. Naturally, if they do nothing, we can still go for the throw. So this little loop, if you will, is very strong in and of itself, but thanks to being able to test multiple reversal settings, we also know the counterplay to it if they try to get out of it. Now, naturally, if we try to go for it and they do the reversal, you're gonna lose. That's how the cookie crumbles, right? But this is very, very good. And this can be used in a wide variety of ways. Like say here, block reversal set to drive impact. So if the enemy blocks, they'll drive impact right away. And we can use that to test a bunch of various settings. Say we try to stagger our offense and we know they're going to mash drive impact. It gives us enough timing here to see it and then drive impact back. There's a lot of scenarios. Whatever you can think of, it is all here for you in the reversal settings. Whatever you think defensive options are going to go for, this is a fantastic setting. Please, please, please use it. It's all good stuff. And the training mode has just a lot of great quality of life features. Like say you're practicing just trying to jump fireballs, right? One thing you can do while the CPU is fireball spamming is actually change the game speed. It's right here in one of the tabs. And the game speed here, you can see I can set to 50%, and now all of a sudden, well, look at that, nice and slow-mo. So if we're used throwing those fireballs, it just helps me understand the animations better, see how everything works, gives me a bit more time to visually react. And once you're used to the animations, maybe you don't need the slow-mo anymore, right? But it's just a really good quality of life thing. Like myself, if I watch, say, a combo video on YouTube, sometimes I watch it at half speed, just to simply understand what's going on better. And the game here lets you do the half speed setting for yourself, and that's very, very, very handy. So once again here, environment settings, you can just set the game speed to whatever you want. You can pause the game if you want while the animations in the background still play out. That's useful for you taking screenshots or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's just a nice, handy little setting and just lets you understand how things work easier. And as we talked about earlier, the hit confirm stuff, where the enemy might randomly block. If you need extra help with that to get your feet on the ground, this setting can also help. And that's some of the basics of training mode to help you get your feet on the ground. This training mode is one of the most advanced training modes I've seen in any fighting game. I certainly haven't gone over every single aspect of it, but I've gone over some of the things I feel that you need to know. Obviously, downbeat control, CPU, where you can set all that kind of stuff. Knowing if your enemy is crouching or standing, that's good, because certain combos only work on crouchers or standing enemies, by the way. Being able to set punish counter, all that kind of stuff is great. Block settings, like, oh, it's all good. The recordings, the reversal settings are very, very strong. Obviously, infographics is good. There's a lot of stuff here for you. Training is a big part of getting better at fighting games. It certainly helps to just go out and grind matches, right? But eventually you need to learn more advanced concepts, you need to learn more advanced combos, and also you need to learn how to defend yourself from advanced concepts and advanced combos, right? And that is all done right here. So that said, hopefully this video has given you an idea of what you need to look for while you're in training mode, and otherwise, well, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.